It was for this purpose that I have come, says Jesus in today's gospel. You know, these words remind me of that best-selling book entitled The Purpose-Driven Life by Rick Warren. It became very popular during the first few years of the 21st century or the third millennium. Mark tells us Jesus had been busy the whole day hanggang gabi. But the morning after, maaga siyang gumising. He rose up very early before dawn and went off to a deserted place at nagdasal siya. He could do with very little sleep, but he could not do without prayer. Mark says, the disciples were looking for him everywhere. And nung mahanap siya, when they found him, they could not hide their tone of excitement about his growing popularity. Listen to what they say. Everyone is looking for you. In short, in demand ka na. But the answer of Jesus is, okay, it's time to go. There are other people in other villages waiting for the good news. And it was for this purpose that I have come. Today, I invite you to reflect on this word, purpose, layunin. Purpose seems to be also the main point of the first part of the gospel about the healing of Peter's mother-in-law. Mark tells us as soon as the fever left the old woman, she immediately got up and she served them. She waited on them. She was also focused on her purpose. And this is what I often find myself asking people when they tell me their wishes, when they ask me to pray for some special intentions of theirs. Halimbawa, to pass a board exam, or to get a clean bill of health after a medical checkup, or to be able to secure a visa to the United States, etc. I am sure Jesus himself had many wishes in his heart, but he made sure that he submitted them to prayer in his moments of solitude before the break of dawn every day. Nung bata pa ako, when I was a little boy, I learned a nursery rhyme. I learned it in Kapampangan, but later I heard from my Tagalog friends, meron din pala itong Tagalog version. It is a poem about a man who is talking to the moon, making a wish. And the moon is answering repeatedly. Tagalog muna, Tagalog version. Sabi niya, buwan, buwan, hulugan mo ako ng sundang. Sa sagutang buwan, aanhin mo ang sundang. And the man says, pampuputol ko ng kawayan. Aanhin mo ang kawayan. And he says, pagtatayo ko ng bahay. Aanhin mo ang bahay. And he says, paglalagyan ko ng palay. Aanhin mo ang palay. And he says, kakainin ko habang buhay. Englishin natin. Moon, oh moon, would you please give me a bolo? And the answer is, what will you do with a bolo? And he says, I need to cut some bamboos. Next question, what will you do with the bamboos? And he says, I will build myself a house. What will you do with the house? I will stock my rice grains in it. What will you do with the rice? I will eat it for the rest of my life. It goes on, but the same question remains. What will you do with it? What do you want it for? Sometimes people confuse between wants and needs. It is this confusion that eventually fuels the compulsion towards consumerism. Like, for example, you go to the mall because merong sale, nakasulat pa, 50% off. And you engage in a buying spree at ang gamit mo lang credit card. And you come home with a whole load of goods na pinamili. And then, pag uwi mo, you ask yourself, bakit ko ba binili to? What did I buy this for? And the worst question is, how will I pay for this? Gone are the days when people went to market with an exact list of things to buy and an exact amount to pay for them. It could be a mother who has saved for the school supplies needed for her daughter's schooling. Kung minsan, it pays to be poor and to have limited resources because the poverty makes you focus on your purpose. And it is then that you realize what Jesus may have meant when he said, "How blessed are you who are poor, for the reign of God is yours." Look, Jesus did not have very much, but he has managed to give the world so much.